Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for tuning in. Today's video is all about my natural hair, y'all. This is my go-to puff that I rock on what? Wash day. So you guessed it, today's wash day, and I have teamed up with Curls to tell you all about, y'all, their new Cashmere and Caviar collection, honey. It's as luxurious as it sounds. Look at this packaging though. Y'all got me with the black and the gold, sleek, sexy bottles. Come on, Curls, come on. And guess what? They did this all with type 4 hair in mind. Stop. No, don't stop, actually, don't. So I actually used all of these products today, and you guys are gonna see how they worked on my hair. As you can tell, obviously, it was probably pretty good. Y'all like this? My curls are popping. So this whole line is really about repairing and restoring, which I really appreciate because I think my hair right now does need some of that. Like, it was doing amazing, and then I had a couple projects a couple months ago that I had to like press out my hair for, and I'm not opposed to pressing out my hair. I just did it, the projects were too close in between each other, so I pressed it out a few times too many in a short amount of time. And so now my curls are kind of like sloppy doppy in some areas, but it's okay. I'm okay. I'm repairing it. I ain't worried. This is my wash and go because I don't really ever do a wash and go with my hair like just out because I don't like the shape and I don't really want to cut it right now. So this is my way of getting shape while I'm growing my hair out to as long as I want it or until I really decide that I'm like ready to cut it into like a serious, nice, sexy shape. Until then, the puff life, honey, is the life. All right, so let's head over to my shower. Shall we? First up, I washed my hair with the Cashmere and Caviar hair bath. Like, I don't even want to call this joint a shampoo because it's honestly its own special thing, a hair bath. Like, you feel like you are treating yourself. And the magical thing is, guys, it's black. Can you believe that? I absolutely love activated charcoal, guys. Like, I ingest it. And to have it in a shampoo, I was just like, first of all, I didn't know it was going to be black. And then it came out the package. I was like, excuse me? Also, it has amazing slip. Like, after this, my hair did not feel dry or like overly matted. It was quite the experience. Then I went on to treat my hair with the Cashmere and Caviar hair mask. Now this one wasn't black, okay, but it was still really nice. It was white, creamy, really nice and thick, and also had amazing slip. So then I took my Denman brush and used it to detangle everything, and as I got through each section, I would kind of just put it in random, really big, chunky twists. Put a shower cap on, let that bad boy sit for about 15 minutes while I continued showering. And then I took off the cap and actually rinsed it out with the twist in. So gently, like at that point, I don't disturb it. I just let cooler water run down the twist, lightly open them up as the water is running down. And I find that this helps a lot with definition as opposed to just like completely disturbing those little twists that you've created. So after I wash my hair, I do not dry my hair with the towel. I just put it around my shoulders because it's dripping down and I just don't want it to get everywhere. But then I take a t-shirt, and that is what I use, as most of y'all curly, kinky girls know, and that's the best thing to help with retaining moisture in your hair and definition. And again, just like when I was rinsing it out, I try not to disturb the cuticle layer. I try not to disturb the curl pattern too much. I'm kind of just like pressing and holding. I always want more volume at the top, so I don't mind like opening that part out and kind of like just putting the t-shirt straight down on my head to kind of just absorb the excess water that my hair doesn't need. So after just shampooing and treating with the mask, you guys can see how much definition I already have and how much like shine my hair already has. It's not even 100% dry yet. There's no like curl product even in it yet, and there's already some curl poppage happening. So now at this point, I pretty much get to a point where like the water is just not dripping anymore, and it's probably about like 50%, 40 to 50% dry. And then I'm going to apply some product. So now I'm going to be using a mixture kind of between the hair serum and the hair moisture complex. But first I'm using the hair serum, and it smells pretty good. It's more of like a thicker, kind of slightly creamy texture. Like, I'm not used to serums being like that. Usually they're like super thin, but I love that this one is nice and thick. Like, it actually has like a nice creamy texture. Next up, I used the Cashmere and Caviar Hair Moisture Complex. And this stuff was like really like nothing else I'd ever experienced before because it's really, really, really lightweight. And it still went in and like softened and moisturized my hair and without weighing it down. So that way, you know, I still had some bounce in the end. So before I use my band and kind of slide everything up into a puff, I like to do my makeup first, give my hair a chance to kind of dry to about 75% at least. That way it's easier for me to create volume at the top. So now that my hair is about 70 to 80% dry, I take my band and I tie it around my neck. And that just helps me gauge how big I want it. And I put the knot in the back actually because that does not hurt your head. So if you ever have an issue with your puff hurting your head, put your knot in the back. Then I take the Cashmere and Caviar hair jelly, and this is a styling tool that will reconstruct and strengthen your stressed or damaged hair. I like this because I'm using it to like kind of slick up my edges, but I also know that it's giving my hair nutrients. And later I'm going to use it to define my curls as well, honey. So I slide up the band and I kind of try to get more volume even though it's still drying. So I kind of just like puff it up. And now I'm going to take the hair jelly. Put some on the back of my hand just so it's like easy access, and then I kind of just go through my puff and I take out little pieces and I decide where I want to kind of define them. I like to mix up some of the frizz with definition because I don't like overly polished looks. I love when there's a little bit of messy going on with some definition. You know what I'm saying? I absolutely love the weight of the hair jelly. It goes in and it kind of weighs down my curl while it's wet, but then when it dries, it's like it just springs back up. It has so much shine and definition, y'all. And it's like, I love that my hair is getting so much nutrients at the same time while it's being defined. So even those pieces that have that heat damage, I know that they're getting what they need right now. It's lovely. Oh, but look how juicy them curls be looking. And this is the finished look, as you guys saw. I love the fact that I got a lot of definition with this, no flaking, and the products felt like they were meant for my hair, which I really appreciate. I didn't feel like I was fighting against them. I didn't feel like I was trying to make them work. Like, no, it was just like, okay, here's a moisturizer, here's a serum that's actually like a bit thicker. That was really different. I was not expecting that. And black shampoo, y'all. I was like, what is that? But thank you to Curls for making this Cashmere and Caviar luxurious exclusive collection with 4C hair in mind. I really appreciate that because as much as there's been a huge movement with curly hair, there's still been an issue with finding products that work really well with type 4 hair. So I'm happy to say that this bad boy worked on my hair and I didn't have to fight. No fight, y'all. It was effortless. All right, guys, that is all for today. Thank you so much for hanging out and kicking it with your girl. Don't forget to hit subscribe to join this tribe and be a part of this community. I love you, and I'll see you in my next video. Namaste.
Whispered that she don't drink, said that she rollin'. Hope I don't think that just that we smoke that I'm going